Coming up on Operation Outreach, a program right here in Central Florida that ensures military veterans get connected with the services they need. We'll meet a veteran who says the help he got with transportation has been a game changer. And we'll visit a town hall meeting all about the PACT Act. Learn what it might mean for you. Welcome to Operation Outreach, a new program to highlight the services available to military veterans right here in Central Florida. I'm Fred Robinson, Chair of the Orange County Mayor's Veterans Advisory Council. I'm pleased to be joined by Norris Henderson, the manager of Mission United. Mission United serves a central contact connecting veterans with services and community support they need. Norris, thank you for joining me this morning.
Thank you for having me.
How are you today?
Doing great, thank you.
Good. Well, I'd like to ask you, what is Mission United's areas of operation?
So Mission United areas of operation is Orange, Osceola, and Seminole counties.
Okay. And who are Mission United's community partners?
So some of Mission United's community partners are Homeless Service Network, the Camaraderie Foundation, Orange County Legal Aid, as well as Seminole County Legal Aid and Osceola Legal Aid. Some of our schools are Aviation Institute of Maintenance, Orange Technical Institute, Universal Technical Institute, and Valencia College as well.
There's a lot of resources and a lot of community services.
Yes.
There. Great. And tell us about Mission United staff.
So yes, Mission United has 2 case managers that serves our veterans. They provide resources and follow-ups to make sure that the veterans receive the resources that they're seeking. The case managers can help assist veterans with walking through their applications, again, and just making sure that not only the services that they call for, but other services that they may qualify for.
And could you explain some of those other services?
Yes, so we are a referral program, so we can provide services. Sometimes we do direct services to our veterans. For example, the Lyft Ride Share program, sometimes utility assistance, sometimes rent, mortgage, and utilities. Those are some of the services that we have, but most importantly, we want to make sure that the veterans get connected to those resources that they so well deserve and qualify for.
Are there any educational programs?
There are educational programs. One of the educational programs is called the Mission United Employability Scholarship Fund. We can assist a veteran with paying for their licensing and certifications at those partner schools that I just mentioned.
Well, that's very important because that's a big challenge that a lot of veterans have. They don't have the money to pay to go. They want to go to get certified, but that's where the challenge comes in, the money up front.
Yes, many times veterans have exhausted all their VA educational benefits. That's where we can come in and assist with them paying for and getting their certification and licensing to gain employment.
What other things does Mission United do for veterans?
Well, one thing we do, we go out in the community, we collaborate with other veteran organizations, we go out into the community, we do outreach, we do different projects, the Thanksgiving giveaway project, community baby shower. There's veterans that take advantages of those resources. We just want to make sure that we're there for the veterans to make sure that they have the resources that they're asking for.
Okay. And the community outreach and collaboration with different organizations, can you touch on a couple of the different outreaches that you did and how meaningful they were to you and to the veterans that it served?
Absolutely. One that comes to mind, Fred, is the commemoration of the Vietnam 50th commemoration at the Lake Nona VA. There were several hundred veterans that showed up, and it was a great opportunity to show the veterans that the community appreciate their services during Vietnam. Many veterans shed tears during that ceremony. We had local elected officials there to welcome them. We did a pinning ceremony to pin the Vietnam pin on them. So it was a great showing of the veterans that the community is very appreciative of them.
Yeah, I actually served during Vietnam myself, and it was a long time coming, but it was a great opportunity. And from what I understand, that was the biggest turnout that they ever had at the War Memorial at the VA hospital since it was built in over 10 years. Was there any other community event that actually you'd like to share as well?
Yes, I think one of the things that is giving back. We have veterans that participate in our Thanksgiving giveaway. As you know, many veterans need food. So just serving those veterans in different capacities. The Thanksgiving project that Heart of Florida United Way puts on, Miss United is involved with that as well. That just shows giving back, and those veterans are very appreciative of those services that we provide.
Especially those in need.
Yes.
And how is Mission United funded?
So that's a great question. Miss United is funded internally, but also grants. We receive grants from different organizations. We receive individual donations, people that want to give back to veterans that serve their country. That's mainly how Miss United is funded, again, through grants and donations, and again, internally.
With the current challenges that are going on out here with housing, does Mission United have any resources or any collaboration with partners that can assist veterans with their rent?
So from time to time, we do get grants from our partner organizations that assist veterans with rent, mortgage, and utilities. At this time, we do not have any direct assistance for that, but that's not to say that we won't have that in the future. We are going to be providing utility assistance here in the near future to assist veterans with high utility that can't make their payments.
Yeah, because it's unfortunate, but right now, when you look at the challenges with the recession going on, and some people are underemployed even though they're working 40 hours a week, I could see how the different resources that you have benefit people. And what makes you proud for working for Mission United?
One thing that makes me proud, Fred, is seeing the veterans enjoy the resources and the benefits that they so rightfully deserve. That's what makes me proud. A lot of times veterans, they don't understand all the resources that they qualify for, and just walking them through that to make sure that they understand what they qualify and the resources that they can receive, that really makes me proud. And to see the veterans, go on and improve from those resources that they receive.
Well, from Norris, from the relationship that we have and what you do in the community, I see that you're fulfilling your purpose. And with that particular purpose, it's not about money, it's about changing lives. And I really appreciate you taking the time out today to have this conversation and to further elaborate so everybody can know what Mission United has for our particular veterans population and the services and different resources that are available. So thank you again for attending and letting me interview you today.
Thank you for having me.
It's good to know that there are organizations like Mission United in Central Florida helping our veterans and their families navigate and connect with the many agencies and services out there to offer help. Mission United is making a difference, and when we'll come back, we'll hear from an Air Force veteran who was struggling with finding transportation. Hear how Mission United connected him with just the help he needed. I'm joined by Air Force veteran Jeremy Lamb. Jeremy, welcome and thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Mr. Fred.
Jeremy, tell me about your military service.
My military service, actually, I enlisted on October 12th, 1993 to December 21st, 2001. I did my basic training at Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio, Texas, and then I went to Shepherd Air Force Base in Wichita Falls in Texas, and also I went back to Wilford Hall Medical Center in Texas, where I did my clinical as a medical lab technician. Then my first sergeant told me my ASVAB scores were too high. So he said, you know what, you need to go into military intelligence. So I did, and I got stationed at Goodfellow Air Force Base there in Texas, and then I also went to Holloman Air Force Base in Alamogordo, Texas. Then I decided, you know what, I need to learn my own native tongue, which was Chinese Mandarin. So I put in for a test called the Defense Language Aptitude Battery, and I scored really high, so I was able to do that. But first things first, before I did that, I had to be on a waiting list. So I put in orders for Osan Air Base, Republic of Korea, And then after my stay at Republic of Korea, after a year and a half, I went to the Defense Language Institute of Monterey Bay. From then, I went to go to school back at Goodfellow Air Force Base in San Angelo, Texas. And then my final duty station was at Fort George Meade there in Maryland.
Well, thank you for your service. You have a pretty extensive career. What I'd like to ask you now is, how did you find out about the Mission United Lyft Rideshare program?
Well, it was through my Wounded Warrior Project, through our peer support group leader, Paula Edwards.
And could you tell me about the service that you received while you were there?
Yes, I can. Basically, the rideshare program has helped me out a lot because it helped me go to many different things, but it mostly saved my life.
Really?
Yes, it did. Basically, on April 10th of this year, the day after Easter, to April 12th, I thought I was going to have chest pains. I thought I was going to die. And I decided, rather than take an ambulance to ORMC there in Dr. Phillips, I decided to take a Lyft to the Lake Nona VA Medical Center, so I didn't want to make a scene in my neighborhood because it was around 11 o'clock at night. So that really saved my life, actually, because even though the Lyft ride was a little bit, it helped me get straight to the excuse me. It helped me get straight to the hospital in time, and I went to the emergency room, and from there to the emergency room, they put me in on 4 West there, and from then they determined it wasn't chest pains. Guess what it was? It was extreme heartburn.
Well, that's the better of both. So, but the thing is, what I'd like to ask you is, how beneficial was the Lyft Share a Ride program for you?
It was very beneficial, actually. I was able to use it to go to volunteer, actually, at Soldiers Angels mobile veteran food pantry, actually. That's where I like to volunteer at. I also like to use it to go to our the Disabled American Veteran meetings, and
Okay.
And I'm able to do that there. And also, I'm able to use it to regular shopping. Go to like Publix, or just go to church, actually. So I was able to do that too.
Was there any challenges for you applying for this particular service for rideshare?
No, there wasn't.
Could you tell me a little bit about the process of application?
Yes. First of all, you have to go through Mission United. There is a application there online, and then I got to talk to Miss Jennifer Hutchinson, who is in charge of Mission United, and you fill out an application, and basically you have to submit your DD-214.
Okay. And I want to ask you also, can you see how the Lyft Rideshare program can benefit other veterans, and in particular our senior veterans? Can you see how beneficial it could be for them?
Yes, for those people who are visually impaired, or just the rideshare program is open to all veterans, actually, not just senior veterans, but also those who need rides to like go to places like food pantries, hospitals, employment, legal assistance, or just basically just go anywhere they want to, as long as the rideshare program is available to them.
Yeah, it's really beneficial because unfortunately, a lot of our senior veterans don't have transportation. They don't have the options to have somebody or the finances to have them take them somewhere. So I could see where they could benefit from it. Would you recommend this to any other veterans to take advantage of?
I surely do. I definitely do. I give them a salute for that.
Okay. Can you sum up your overall experience?
Yes, it's been very beneficial to me because I'm able to get to places because I suffer from diabetes, actually.
Okay.
And I suffer from diabetic macular vein occlusion, which means I don't get enough blood to the right eye. And my endocrinologist at the VA told me, he's like, Mr. Lamb, it's very unsafe for you to drive. So that's the reason why I contacted my peer support group leader and from Wounded Warrior Project, and they gave me this recommendation through Mission United. And I say, and because of that, I thank God every day for Mission United.
And finally, would you refer any veterans to Mission United and the rideshare program?
Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
Okay, because it's benefited you and you see the value of it and how it can benefit them. And would you spread the word throughout the community to other veterans when you see them?
Yes, I would.
Because good information is good, but bad information is not. So
That's
it's
correct.
good to have the appropriate information out there so we can have our other veterans take advantage of the different resources and services that are provided.
Definitely.
Well, I really want to thank you today for your service. And how many years did you actually serve?
8 years, 2 months, 9 days.
Okay, you got it all down to the science.
I even got out at 12 o'clock.
Well, Jeremy, I really thank you for your service and our particular interview today and taking your time and being considerate enough to share your experience with everyone.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Mr. Fred.
Jeremy's story is a great example of how Mission United helps connect veterans with the services they need. In just a moment, we'll give you all the information you need to connect with this great organization. But first, we want to tell you about another program. The PACT Act is a new law that expands VA health care and benefits for veterans exposed to burn pits, Agent Orange, and other toxic substances. Several organizations recently participated in a PACT Act outreach that included a town hall where veterans were able to ask questions. Here are some of the highlights of the event.
We're here today at the Barnett Park Recreation Center hosting a PACT Act event. Today we have Veterans Benefits Administration Regional Office with us. We're doing toxic exposure screenings. We have eligibility and enrollment, our patient advocates, and a bunch of outreach services to include our women's health, whole health, caregiver support team, our suicide prevention team, and a bunch of others.
The PACT Act is one of the largest expansion in the VA's history for health and benefits for veterans. It expands the list of presumptive conditions by about 23 conditions. These are conditions that we assume may be related to a veteran's service in the armed forces.
We have community partnership with the VA, also with members of Congress. Congressman Soto, Congressman Frost is here, and our Veterans Advisory Council is here, as well as our Veterans Office for Assisting Veterans is here in the building. So this is all about making certain that our veterans have information about benefits that's available to them as a community. And so we are hosting this town hall meeting so that veterans can ask the questions and or their family members or their caregivers so that our veterans can get taken care of.
I'm very glad that this has happened. I am overly joyed with the fact that there are so many veterans here. It just goes to show you if the word gets out appropriately, they will come. And a lot of them, it's been a challenge for them. There's invisible wounds, among other things, age, but they're here. And I just encourage everyone who has a veteran, who is a family member that's older, please accompany them so they can have the dignity that they fought for.
Veterans are here today to look into their claim, an existing claim, an intent to file a claim, or to start a new claim. They're also probably here to do the toxic exposure screening part of this event.
Veterans can expect to be met by a nurse and one of our providers where we'll ask a series of questions related to their experience in the armed forces. The questions will generally ask the veterans about their exposure to toxins while they serve. So this could include burn pits, Agent Orange, or other toxins. This will then get recorded into the veteran's medical history, and they'll have the opportunity to also file a claim if they'd like to do so today.
If there are any concerns or questions about any service-connected disabilities or the PACT Act, learning more about it, obviously there's a deadline coming up. I would absolutely have them contact their local, government VA services to get more information. There's definitely a lot of resources out there. Unfortunately, we all don't know exactly who those resources are, so this was a great opportunity to just figure that out and find someone to talk to.
The thing is, a lot of these veterans here aren't even enrolled in the VA. So it's good because they can be enrolled in the VA and they could qualify for benefits and compensation, and their families can as well. They'll get more awareness of what's available for the veterans from the VA and the different veterans organizations in the community of what the Orange County Veterans Advisory Council actually advocates for, and we have different members on the council that provide various resources as well?
There were a few things that I've been confused about as far as my benefits. I had no idea where to go or who to talk to, and I got an email from the Orange County office telling me that this event was happening, so I decided to come out here. I honestly thought I was going to be sitting and listening in an auditorium. I had no idea that it was going to be to this extent, and I absolutely got the answers I wanted, and I'm just really happy, honestly.
Today we had about 524 veterans pre-register for the event, and we do anticipate a little bit more than that just because we've hung up signs and we know that our media friends have been spreading the word as well. So hundreds of veterans here today. We're extremely excited about that.
The Orlando VA healthcare system has done over 80,000 screens, and we are third within the nation compared to other healthcare systems.
This is really important to us because there are over 75,000 veterans that are documented who live here within our community, and so we want to make certain that they have access to every benefit that they're entitled to.
There's a lot to learn about the PACT Act and so many other issues important to veterans. If you'd like to learn more information on anything we discussed today, as well as how to connect with Mission United, just go to ocfl.net/veterans. That's where you'll be able to find the links and contact information you need. I hope you'll join us again for Operation Outreach, as we will continue to highlight the many programs and services available to military veterans in the Central Florida area. Until then, I'm Fred Robinson. Take care and thanks for watching.